What's up, guys? Meow, and I'm back with another video, and we gotta react to Crown Jewel. That just finished up a little bit ago. I was in the middle of filming this, and then I had to ask somebody a question real quick over on Twitter, just regarding something, and then start the video over. But anyways, that aside, let's react to this, shall we? Honestly, before we get into it, please make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Also, let me know your thoughts down below. What you thought the best match was, what you think about, the entire pay-per-view. Honestly, and I think a lot of people would agree, this was the best Saudi pay-per-view that the WWE has done. When you look at the Super Showdown and Crown Jewel, this was easily the best one. And it absolutely makes up for how the 2019 one was, especially especially with the main events and stuff. But with that said, let's go ahead. Let's jump right into this. So, Usos defeated the Hurt Business on the pre-show. That one was announced late for me, so I didn't know that one was going to happen. I edited that in to the description on the predictions video. All I figured was the Usos were going to win. They did. 1-0 on predictions. I didn't even think it was for the titles, honestly. So, there's that to throw in there. But, either way, that happened. Then we got the match that opened up the show. Edge versus Seth Rollins, Hell in a Cell. Probably and hopefully the end of their feud. Oh my fucking god. This match was a banger. Like, if I had to pick what the best match was, it was this one. Abso-fucking-lutely. These two put on a fucking masterclass. This is a match, like, if you watch this back, this is easily a match of the year contender. And I only wish that they did it here in the States because Saudi. But either way, this match was a badass match. And Edge ended up picking up the W. And both of them are going to Raw, so I'm hoping that this will be the end of the feud. We'll see what happens. But big win for Edge. And, yeah, so that actually puts me at 1-1 on predictions. I had Seth winning this match, so I take the L there, but it's a glorious L because, again, this match was insane. Oh my god. How the fuck did Seth not break an ankle when during that, he was on top of the ropes, he gets pushed off, hits the Hell in a Cell structure, and then falls through a table. How the fuck did he not break an ankle doing that? And then fucking tries to knock one of Edge's eyes out. WD on Fox posted that clip, and they said in the tweet, Rey Mysterio dislikes this tweet. It was fucking hilarious. But anyway, Edge got the W. Then we got Mansoor versus Mustafa Ali. And Mansoor picks up the W. 2-1 on predictions here. I felt like this match could go either way, and Mansoor got the W. He's now 4-0 in Saudi, I think, at Crown Jewel specifically. And after the match, there's a guy that showed up to the ring. We were like, what the fuck? Like, who the fuck is this guy? Saudi Olympian Tareg Hamadi. I probably butchered his name. I apologize. Don't hate me. But he ended up laying a kick to knock out Mustafa Ali after the match. And if you didn't know who this guy was, Hamadi was part of the Saudi Olympic karate team, and actually got silver for them at this past Summer Olympics. I think or somebody mentioned this, that he actually knocked out his opponent in the finals, so we didn't get gold. But either way, that was actually a neat spot right there. And big ups to Mansoor, gets another W. And then RKBro versus AJ and Omos for the Raw Tag Team titles. SummerSlam rematch. Riddle enters on a camel. Randy Orton RKO's AJ Styles. And RK-Bro picks up the W. They retain the titles. 3-1 on predictions. I got my math wrong. But yeah, they get the W. I said this before. I did not think that RK-Bro was going to lose. They did not lose. Go figure. Then we got the Queen of the Ring final. Now, This was reported to actually have been swapped with the King of the Ring final because of one of the earlier matches going long. So they flipped these two in the order. It was supposed to be King of the Ring final, Goldberg v Lashley, Queen of the Ring final, or Queen's Crown final. They flipped it. Zelina versus Piper. No, I will not call her Dewdrop. That name is stupid. I'm sorry. Zelina picks up the W. Match actually went. The match ended up going almost 6 minutes long. It clocked in at 5:50, 5 minutes 50 seconds. I was surprised at that. I honestly was surprised that the match went longer than 3 or 4 minutes. I thought it was going to be the same as as all the other Queen's Crown matches, which went under 3 minutes. And yet it went almost six, and Zelina got the W. Well deserved. Now the question is what are they going to do with her with this gimmick? And I'm afraid that she's going to end up just going back and being a jobber again. Because remember, she had been on a big losing streak before this pay-per-view, or before this tournament. And if that's what you're going to do with Zelina, then why the fuck would you not have Liv win then? Like, seriously? But anyway, then we got Goldberg versus Bobby Lashley, no holds barred match. We actually had a Falls Count Anywhere stipulation added to this match during the kickoff show. And this was not the only match to get a stipulation change. The other one was Brock versus Rowan for the Universal title. It was originally supposed to be a no DQ match, but that stipulation was removed during the kickoff show. And we'll come back to that in a little bit. But Goldberg ends up getting the victory. So 4-2 on predictions. I probably should have seen this coming, and I kind of did, but I still wanted Bobby to win. Excuse me. Goldberg ended up winning it, though. And the Falls Count Anywhere stipulation came into play at the end, with Goldberg spearing Bobby Lashley off the stage, gets the 3 count, and gets the W. And we'll see Goldberg in 2022 whenever the fuck he ends up showing up. Probably either at Royal Rumble or ahead of WrestleMania, but we'll see. Hurt Business actually also showed up, and then it's like they just got deleted before Goldberg took out Bobby. But anyway, that happened. And then we got the King of the Ring final, and Twitter went nuts for this one. Xavier Woods defeats Finn Balor. Yes! We got what we wanted on this one. It kind of looked at first like Finn might win, but Xavier ended up pulling it off, and everybody was so fucking happy for him. I mean, few people pointed out some Xavier Woods slander on the timeline, but honestly, everybody was in love with Xavier winning this thing. This is what he's wanted his entire life, and he fucking got it. Big ups to Xavier Woods. And then his bro in the New Day, Big E, went up against Drew McIntyre next for the WWE Championship, and Big E picked up the win. He retains his title over Drew McIntyre in a pretty solid match as well. So every match up to this point has been pretty fucking good. Even the Goldberg-Lashley match actually was pretty solid for a Goldberg match, not gonna lie. And I'm 6-2 on predictions up to this point. So now we get into the co-main event. SmackDown Women's Triple Threat match. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal title. Both of these matches had some controversy to them. And I'd like to hear what y'all think on this for both of them. Starting with the SmackDown Women's Triple Threat match. Becky Lynch, she would end up doing a roll-up on Sasha Banks for the win to retain her title, which means that Charlotte and Becky will both be holding the women's championships on SmackDown as of tomorrow, with Charlotte still holding the Raw title because she won in a DQ finish over Bianca on Monday. Now Becky, when she entered the ring first, and the crowd fucking loved her, honestly. Now you could argue that with some of the chants that were out there, there was chants for Sasha and Eddie. There was, this is awesome chants, EST chants for Bianca, this and that. Maybe WWE piped some of them in because, well, we know how Saudi is with women and whatnot. But I would hope that some of those reactions were genuine. Um, especially Becky's. Um, but there was a clip or a GIF or whatever that was posted after this match from Adam Goldberg on Twitter, and I think I might link it in the description or link the tweet. Uh, Look at Bianca and Sasha's reactions after this match ended. I would say Sasha looked kind of pissed. Bianca was just like, well, shit. And we're going to get into this in a second. Now, another thing that was noticed with the ending, Becky might have no-sold Bianca's finisher, the KOD, because right after Bianca did that move on Becky, Becky went straight to Sasha, rolled her up, used the rope, which is apparently legal in a triple threat match, and then Becky got the pin on Sasha for the win. I'm glad that Bianca did not take the pin here, but I would have rather preferred either Sasha or Bianca winning, because now it feels like they're gonna set up Survivor Series, Charlotte versus Becky, and it's gonna be one of them's gonna hold both of the belts. Now, a friend of mine, now of course because of this finish, this is gonna end up being potentially common knowledge or whatever. But a friend of mine is actually has some affiliations with people within the WWE, so I won't disclose anything further than that. But from what they heard, the original plan, and before I even continue, I did ask them if I could mention this during this video. They gave me the all clear, so that's why I'm going to talk about it. Supposedly, the original plan was, by the sound of it, was that Sasha was going to win, and then her and Charlotte, they would figure out what to do with both of them holding the belts on SmackDown because Charlotte was drafted there. Sasha and Charlotte would try to outdo each other to prove who is the better champion, and it would lead to a winner-take-all Survivor Series match where the winner would then choose which brand to represent, forfeiting the other belt. Honestly, I would have rather preferred this. We haven't really seen much of Sasha versus Charlotte since back in 2016, 2017, something like that. I really think that would have been pretty interesting to watch. But now plans got changed. Becky gets the win, and apparently the plans might have been changed during the match. And now Becky gets the win, and we all know what's coming. It's going to be Becky versus Charlotte at Survivor Series. One of them is going to be holding both belts. Becky's done it before. Charlotte hasn't. How much you want to bet Charlotte's going to be getting the two belt angle this time? Why? Literally why? But I mean, the match itself was good. I just hated the ending to it. It is what it is, I guess. So 6-3 on predict. So that was my third missed prediction. So 6-3 on predictions up to this point, with one match left. Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar for the Universal title. I said I wanted Lesnar to win. I thought Lesnar was going to get, maybe Heyman would turn on Roman and Lesnar wins that way. Not what fucking happened at all. Now, the match itself, again, it was a pretty solid, pretty good match. But shenanigans happened. Now, like I said before, the no DQ stipulation was taken out during the pre-show, and that played right into how this match finished. There was a referee bump. Basically, Brock went for the F5, and Roman hit the ref, which knocked them out, and then Brock picked him up and dropped him again. Heyman took the Universal title and tossed it between Brock and Roman, and they kind of did a little bit of a tug of war with it, which I think then led directly into the Usos coming down, both of them giving a kick to Brock. Brock gets dropped on his ass. Roman then hit Brock with the title, and Roman pinned him 1, 2, 3 and got the win. What the fuck was that finish? Because how like only one kick out for the entire match. Brock doesn't even get a chance to doesn't even kick out from that after getting hit with the title? Seriously? And furthermore, why the fuck can't Roman win clean? Why can he not win clean against Brock? Because the last time they faced off wasn't a clean finish. What the fuck? I don't get it. It literally does not make sense. Is Brock the one guy that could possibly beat Roman and you don't want that to happen? Like, bro, if this was what you were gonna do, then why would you originally put in the no DQ stipulation only to then take out the day of the match? What the fuck, people? Why the fuck would you do that? That makes no sense. And now the question is what happens with Brock, and more importantly, what happens with Heyman? Because Heyman could have been trying to toss that title to Brock. That's possible. So I think Roman will probably acknowledge that tomorrow night on SmackDown, assuming that he, Heyman, and the Usos came in on their own jet. If you don't remember 2019, the whole, bunch of them got traded and shit. Go ahead and look it up. I'm not going to explain it here. But now, what do you do with Brock here? Because because of Heyman, he was a free agent. So he can either stay on SmackDown or go to Raw, or just not show up. And whatever. But honestly, I kind of hope he goes to Raw, because then you could have him and Big E feud for a while. That's another thing. Big E's got a few different guys he could feud with at this point. Edge, Seth, Finn, Brock, maybe. And see where it goes from there. Who knows? But Roman, he's eclipsed over 400 days with that title, and he's honestly I don't think he's losing it anytime soon. And that's the thing that I don't agree with is, look, Roman as a face, you made him cocky as fuck. Like, he said that, like, he takes out Undertaker, he takes out Cena a few times, he's taken out Brock or whatever. But as a heel, as the tribal chief, why can't he win clean? It's like you bring in interference from the Usos. Like, why? Do you not trust him enough? Like, I get that Roman is Vince's guy, and he has been for the last several years. That's why he pushed him so hard before. But, like, I don't get it. I literally do not get it. Like, what the fuck? Honestly, I was hoping that Brock would win this, honestly, because, with the whole Heyman angle, there was a chance for that. But now, I don't think Roman loses it. I really don't think he's going to lose that title anytime soon. The only way he does is probably to Drew, honestly. But when do you do that? I don't think November really has any pay-per-views, and TLC's been canceled for December. Is Roman really going to hold this title all the way to at least the Royal Rumble? Bruh. Like, I don't know what you do at this point with him. Like, I'm not mad at Roman. I got nothing against the guy, but what do you do at this point? So, all in all, I'm going to have to give this pay-per-view, I'm going to say I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. It was a lot better. It's honestly the best pay-per-view that Saudi has put on when you compare it to the Super Showdown and the previous Crown Jewel and Super Showdown pay-per-views. But the finish to the finish to the co-main event matches, I just don't agree with either one of them. Nothing against Becky and nothing against Roman, but Roman's not well. I said there's no, what other pay-per-views there is. Well, I mean, Survivor Series is coming up, but Roman's not going to lose it there. There's no fucking way Roman loses it at Survivor Series. So, besides Survivor Series will be Roman against Big E, unless because I don't think they're going to make Big E lose the title between now and then. So, um, yeah. So, like I said, 8 out of 10. Honestly, it was a great pay per view, except for the way that the two main events ended. They fucked them up. Honestly, they fucked them up. But let me know your thoughts down below. I'd love to hear what y'all think. And thank y'all for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed. I'll see y'all next time. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Peace.